has started recording.
Yes.
Yes, a very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and good day to everyone present here today. A very warm welcome to On Passive Singapore, Malaysia Global. My name is Jeannie Tan, your host today. OPassion was formed in November 2020 and run by a group of dedicated host team members. We had our first trial webinar on the 23rd of September 2021, and our first public webinar was on the 30th of September 2021 under the mentorship of Dr. Bill Williams. We meet on every Thursday. The mission of OPassion is to ignite passion for humanity and to nurture mindset and leadership for passion and oblas, to form passion groups for good causes. And tonight we have a very special speaker, and she's none other than Miss Patricia Thava from Malaysia. So
Let me introduce the speaker today. Patricia Thava is no stranger to us. She is Singapore's neighbor from Malaysia. And let me introduce her as I've said. Patricia is a nurse by profession, and she's proudly took part as part of a team commissioned to a hospital in Middle East in the year 1991 to 1993. She has a certificate in early childhood education, 28 years of working passionately with young children, certified GAPS practitioner, GAPS, GAPS practitioner, witnessed many successful stories of children overcoming learning difficulties and excelling in studies. An advocate of holistic healing from chronic health issues, deeply committed to promote literacy, numeracy, and love for learning, imparting vital skills for a better tomorrow. And she says, she just like on passive, leave no child behind. So she's passionate about children and about their learning capabilities. She joined on passive November 2020 and is actively active in on passive and in many webinars. We are so glad to this morning, this afternoon, this evening in Singapore, Malaysia. She's our speaker, and she's going to speak to us the road to contentment, or via on passive, the road to contentment, embracing happiness amidst life's hurdle. Indeed, life has hurdles, and she's going to share with us how to enjoy the journey. And we are all ears and all heart to Patricia. Thank you for coming tonight. Patricia, the platform is yours, all yours. Let's give her time to
Hi, good evening to
okay.
everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you.
Hello.
We can
There
hear
seems to
you,
be a
but we
lag.
can't. Yeah, we can hear you, but we can't see you. Your video is on,
Can
if
you
I'm not
hear?
wrong.
Hello? I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
yes, we can hear you.
Let me text her.
I think there's a lot of lagging. So that's why.
You can let me text her. You can refresh,
Can you hear me now?
and we can
Yeah,
hear you clearly. Okay, I just text her. Patricia.
Okay, since you can hear me clearly, I'll start now. If
Yeah.
you cannot hear me, then you raise up your
Yeah.
hand, then I can stop.
Okay.
Okay? Okay? uh, as Mabel said, that I joined on Passive in November 2020. I would like to take this time to thank Christy Chong with me. Okay, Mabel asked me to first talk about from my heart about my journey in on Passive. So actually, when we talk about on Passive, we cannot help but talk about Ash Mufari. So on Passive and Ash Mufari is synonymous to me as far as I'm concerned. So just before we start, I would like to share a little bit
We have lost her.
Communication a little bit. Sometimes Malaysia is or Patricia has always experienced difficulty of Wi-Fi in her home. Uh, but she's definitely a speaker we wanted to invite often, to come and share her experience and some of her achievements in helping children, her passion for children, even children with learning difficulties. So we want to hear from her. And today her topic, as we have said, is embracing contentment and how to enjoy the journey in the midst of life's hurdles. So we have many hurdles in life, health issues, financial issues, relationship issues, etc. And she's going to share with us how to enjoy the journey. You know, we even Ash Mufara is saying, and many leaders are saying, while waiting, while this period of whether is it 1 year, 3 years, or 5 years, is really more in growing and nurturing our mindset. Nothing is wasted. The time is never wasted, but that the time is for us to grow up, to be ready to be beneficiaries of something Mr. Ash Mufara has installed for us. And we have said many times, On Passive is a divine movement. Why? Because there's a divine purpose, and that is to lift up humanity. Whatever God you serve, God loves people irrespective of nations, nationality, and race. So, for Mr. Ash Mufara to have this purpose of lifting up humanity, it's divine. So, for such a purpose, we are here to learn how to dispense the wealth that Mr. Ash Mufara is giving us. I see Patricia is back. And if she needs to off her video to get stronger connection, then
Okay, can you hear
she's
me now?
yes, much clearer and
Can you
better.
hear me? Yes.
Yes, yes,
Okay, I
yes.
think I started earlier and I don't know where it went and I didn't.
Yeah, you said something
Did
about
you all
wanting
hear
to
me?
share. You said something about wanting to share heart to heart.
A little earlier?
I think you stop around heart to heart sharing.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, now my camera is on again. Okay.
Okay.
So I will start now, shall I?
Yes, yes, yes. Go ahead.
Heart to heart sharing. Okay. So what I was trying to say is that when we talk about on passive, it is synonymous with Ash Mofare. Okay. I'm sure you will agree with that. Okay. Being a humanitarian is not the highest quality of man, but it's a basic quality of a human. Okay. So we just paid $97, which was also refunded to us. And then the second payment we did was 143. Okay. So we always talk about overvalue products. But I always look at it the other way around, because the overvalue that I have in this on passive journey is that for my $143, I'm getting a massive business built for me that will last generations to come. It will also enable to fulfill all my life streams and help many others along the way. Okay. For my $143, I got myself a CEO that works literally 24/7. Okay. And he has a lot of qualities like, for example, integrity, upholding moral, ethical principles in all aspects of life, honesty, sincerity, and accountability. Okay? He is a courageous person because he's brave. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? I think I cannot hear already. Hello, baby? Can you
Patricia,
hear me?
yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, because is it lagging or is it on time?
You were cut off for a few seconds. Now you're back.
Okay, I don't know why my mic keeps getting shut off actually. Okay, so we talk about empathy. Actually, he goes beyond his humanitarian to truly understand and share the feelings of others, foster deeper connections and relationships. Okay, he's a resilient person. The ability to bounce back from setbacks and overcome challenges and persevere in the pursuit of long-term goals. Okay, he's generous. Being generous not only in terms of material possessions, but also with his time, attention, and compassion towards others. And then he's very creative person too, harnessing imagination and originality to innovate, solve problems, and contribute positively to humanity. He's a very humble person, recognizing his limitations, being open to learning from others, and admits to his weakness. He has great leadership qualities, inspiring and guiding others towards shared goals while empowering each of us to reach our full potential. And he has got an attitude of gratitude, a cultivating sense of appreciation for the blessings, and expresses thankfulness to God openly. And on top of all that qualities, has got a good sense of humor and is witty too. Okay. And for my $143, he also pays for all the employees and takes care of them. He pays the rentals and pays for the buildings. He advertises for me. He pays the travel expenses of the staff. He headhunts for professionals such as programmers, data scientists, and PhDs. He also takes care of compliances in about 200 countries uh, and every aspect of the business, the compliance, and he pays for the legal fees. So he also takes insults from everywhere, complaints, and whatever that is thrown at him. Okay, so what more can I ask for my $143? We need to understand that on passive is a gigantic apple tree and it has to grow both ways, up as well as down. The roots are very important, downwards and upwards at the same time. So the roots have to go in deep. Then only the apple tree will bear fruits for a long time. If the roots are not strong, it will uproot at the slightest storm. Okay? We cannot see the roots. That is what is happening with on passive now. So the roots are is growing. So we don't see so much happening on the top of the tree at present. All Ash Mufara is asking us to do is stay engaged, log into back office, attend webinars if you can to keep in the loop. Otherwise, we always got recorded webinars to watch. Okay, having said all the above, what are the chances of us to succeed in any other business if we cannot succeed in on-passive? Always I've been telling my friends who are in on-passive with me, do not put on-passive in the freezer. Keep it in the back burner and pay attention to your meal, your meal while you're cooking your main meal. That is running your life till the apple tree bears fruit. Okay. And the other thing that I would like to say is that every time when Ash comes on a live webinar, he says that I'm born to change your life. I'm born to change your life. Okay. And I will do it or die. Okay. How often do you hear even any of your family members say to you, this to you, I will do or die for you? Nobody says that, not even your loved one, not even your children, not even your husband. So there's one unique human being that says that, and I'm very grateful for that. Okay, for me, enjoying the journey is more important than just looking out for the destination. Okay, and this reminds me of my grandson. When he was younger, about 4 years, when he was 4 years old, I used to drive him about a 300-kilometer drive from where I live to my hometown, and he would fall asleep in the car. And ever so often, he will wake up and ask me, Grandma is called Pati in Tamil. He said, Pati, are we there yet? Then he will go back to sleep. Then another 20 minutes, half an hour, he'll wake up again and ask, are we there yet? So that's exactly happening to some of my friends. They will call me once in a while. Why is it not launched? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? So that's the only question I get. So for me, I've enjoyed myself. I've made a lot of friends. I've learned a lot about the internet and a lot of other things I've learned. And when I arrive does not matter. The destination does not matter. As long as I'm enjoying my journey and I got good company to get there, I will definitely get there. It will come. So this is what I like to share, because for my $143, I have got overvalue. I will never be able to employ a CEO such as Ash Mufare in my life. So I really feel that I'm blessed to be here tonight. Could you all hear me? Yes? Okay.
Yes,
so now I'll
yes.
go to sharing my tips on how I navigate my life, even though I had a lot of hurdles. Okay. I just want to share in this platform, about 28, almost 30 years ago, I became a single mom by choice. And I had 2 young children to look after, and I had to provide for them and completely take care of them. So, okay, and that's where I developed a lot of resilience in myself, and I also have reflected on my life, and these are the things that I have paid attention to. First of all is self-acceptance and gratitude. Accepting oneself and being grateful. You always have to ask yourself, who am I? What I want? What is my why? And what am I grateful for? Not what I'm lacking, not what I'm complaining about. It's always what I'm grateful for. I think about that. Some things in life we can change, and some things in life we cannot change. So we must have I have the wisdom to decide which are the things that I can change, which are the things I cannot change, and move on in life. Actually, practically the whole day I feel very grateful to what I have, even the little and big things in my life that happens every day. I always chant a Hawaiian prayer, which is called Ho'oponopono, which simply says to yourself, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, and thank you. And to me, it's a very healing process, that whatever it is, I feel very healed, and I feel that to myself, I have been kind and sorry to myself and thank myself for what I am. Okay. The other thing is about self-respect. I'm very particular about self-respect, because in any situation, if there's no respect for you or for anybody, I will walk away. If there's no respect in any situation, I will walk away. Because if another person does not respect me, it doesn't matter. But if I stay in a situation where I don't have respect, I have no self-respect for myself. So I always, self-respect for me is very important. And also when we have self-respect, we will not stoop down to do the things that we regret later. Because if we respect ourselves, a lot of things we won't get involved. Okay. For me, meaningful relationships have been very important with integrity. I always tell myself and tell my friends, we always need to under promise and over deliver. But most of the time when we are in sales, we tend to over promise and under deliver. So how would people ever trust you? So we have to be service orientated rather than make a quick sale, in sales. Okay. And I always believe in a win-win situation with anybody. With anybody in my life is always a win-win situation. I don't believe that I should win and the other person should lose. So that makes me very happy. I also tell myself or tell people, do unto others what you want others to do unto you. Don't do anything that you would not expect another person to do to you. So that will keep you very happy. And I don't use my yardstick to measure anybody else, because the other person have their values and their paradigm too. So I would never use my yardstick to measure somebody else. And when I have a problem with someone, I don't handle the person, I just handle the problem. So when I meet anybody along the road, 20 years, 30 years down the road, I can still look in them the eye and say hello to them. I don't have to turn my face and walk away from anybody, because I never look down on people. I never look at people's weaknesses. I always look for the good points. I try to overlook the weaknesses if I can, most of the time. Okay, I feel that I'm resilient and optimistic. Always I feel optimistic. Everything in life is either a lesson or a blessing, I feel. And if you find that you decided whether it's a lesson or a lesson or a blessing, we just have to move on. Okay. After when we meet someone, sometimes they are still stuck in a certain situation. Like, for example, somebody can talk about a tragedy that happened to them about 10 years ago, but they're still talking about it as if it happened yesterday. So if they don't let go and move on, they cannot change and be optimistic in life. They're always living in the past misery, and that will not make us happy. So we need to close the chapter and move on. Whatever tragedy we have in life, we need to close the chapter and move on. And if we fully indulge in the past mistakes and failures, that is what we will attract. The failures will come back to you again and again, because you're living in the failure mentality, in the tragedy mentality, and all those kind of things. The law of the universe says what you focus on grows. So you can't drive forward in life using a rear mirror. You need to have front view and a bigger view rather than having a rear narrow view of things. Okay. I'm very particular about maintaining physical and mental health, exercise, and sleeping well. I make sure I sleep 7 to 8 hours per day. That's very sure. And a lot of us, I'm sorry to say that, we eat a lot of garbage, and we have toxic thoughts, and we expect to have good health. So if you don't have good health, you cannot be happy. So happiness for me is very important. Okay. I always tell myself, and I always tell my friends also, that all that glitters is not gold. Okay. Never get close to a person that you just met. Get to know them first. Okay. And then also I feel there's no need to share your life history with anybody, for that matter. You don't have to share your life history. And I always remind myself, God has given me 2 ears and 1 mouth, and I need to use proportionately. So it's always better to listen than to talk so much. I have an abundance mentality. I believe in being kind. No need to be stingy and miserly. Okay? Scarcity mentality only attracts scarcity, and abundance mentality always attracts abundance. When we give with a full heart, we always receive. Okay? Never expect anything but from the person that you give to, but the universe will definitely reward you manyfold. And I've experienced this personally myself many times. I did a little bit for somebody, and then I get the blessing so much, many fold. Okay? I also believe that life is made up of choices. Sometimes we make good choices, sometimes we make bad choices. We must learn to exercise the power of choice. Whether it's good or bad, we need to exercise power of choice. See, when we are faced with situations, we have a choice. We don't need to blame people. We make a choice and do what is needed. Okay? Remember, I always feel that it's either a reason or a result. If you have a reason, you'll have many reasons why you can't do anything, But if you look for a result, no reasons will be given. So I always see that why, what is my why? When I discover my why, my how will always will come into me all the time. So I think it's very important for us to recognize our whys. Okay. At the same time, when we talk about choice and all that, I always feel that a lot of us analyze until we become paralyzed. Actually, we don't take a strong view of taking choice. We keep on analyzing until we can't move forward. Okay, the other thing to be careful of, this is my pet phrase, is OPO and OPA. So if you ask me what is OPO and OPA, it's not COPO. It is actually other people's opinion and other people's approval. Okay, you need to have an opinion. You ask somebody that is related in the field, or somebody that has got an experience in the field. You wouldn't go and ask somebody for an opinion with we are not related kind of opinion. And also, we don't need to have other people's approval. Even though it's your husband, your children, your family, they don't need to approve of you. You have your own standards to approve yourself. The other thing I always do is cultivate punctuality. I think in anybody, punctuality is very important. Respect people's time as well, because time is a limited source. Respecting others' time is also very important, because when you respect people's time, they respect yours. Actually, for me, being organized improves punctuality, and also I make a lot of lists for me. Whenever I've got anything on that I need to do a lot of things, I always have a list to do, and I get all done with the list. The other part with me is don't carry baggages from the past. Always we need to repack our suitcase of life, or declutter often, physically as well as mentally. When we have too much baggage from the past, we will miss the next opportunity. Okay, before the opportunity train comes, we are carrying too much of baggage, we can't get on to the next train. Okay, and we need to embrace changes. We need to unlearn and relearn all the time. That's constant. The change is a constant one. We must be flexible to unlearn and relearn. Okay, I always feel that I want to move away from energy vampires and energy zappers. Do not entertain gossip. Okay, when somebody comes and gossips to you about somebody else, you always think to yourself, what is she or he going to say about me in the next person they meet? So those people who gossip, they will gossip about you. So there's no need, and I feel there's no need to judge people. Every one of us are going through our own battles in life. So we are nobody to judge another person. They have their own battles and they have to fight for it. So I feel another important thing is to differentiate your assets and liabilities, so that it will prevent us from getting into unnecessary financial situations if we know what is our asset and what's our liability. And very importantly, to plan for retirement. Retirement will come sooner than you think, actually. So in the early part of our life, man works for money. Later part of our life, money has to work for men. So we can retire, and when we are older, we are better, not bitter because we don't have money and we have to depend on charity. Okay, these are the qualities that I find that has helped me to become what I am. Not that I'm overly successful, but of course I'm successful as a grandma, successful as a mother, as successful as with my brothers and sisters and my community and my friends. Okay, so I just want to talk. I don't know whether you've heard this story. I just want to share a story with you. The story of goat number 3. Has anybody heard the story? Goat number 3? No. Okay. In a small town in Toronto, Canada, 2 schoolboys had a crazy idea. They managed to secure 3 goats from the neighborhood and painted it 1, 2, and 4. Okay, they did not put 3 there. Okay, 1, 2, and 4, and they let loose the goat in a school compound. The next morning, when the authorities came into the compound, they realized that something was wrong. They soon saw the droppings of the goat and urine everywhere, and they realized some goats had entered the building. They started searching and found goat number 1, 2, and 4. Okay, since they couldn't find goat number 3, they decided to send all the children home And they searched everywhere with the help of the canteen workers, the teachers, and some students, and it was never found. Okay? And that is what we do in our lives. Okay? In our lives is related to our life, because when we have lots of desire and ingratitude, the absence of one thing always is larger than the many abundance and blessings that we have. So always we are looking for goat number 3 when we have 1, 2, and 4. So that's what seems this thing. And then what we do is we go into a if only syndrome. If only I had a better husband. If only I lived in a better place. If only I had a better education. Instead of taking the resources that you have, count the blessings and always be happy with the blessings. The other thing I would like to say is do not look for happiness outside. It is within you. Okay? And let me remind you, there's no prosthesis for a broken soul. Okay, with that, I would like to recite a poem to you. This poem has been like my go-to poem every time I wanted to look at something, or I was a bit confused about things and all that. I'm sure you have heard of the poem called The Desiderata. John, have you heard of Desiderata? Okay, this is a poem that was written in 1927. Okay, and that's about 100 years ago. Okay, a century ago. But I find it's still relevant. Okay, and it's written by somebody called Max Ehrmann. Okay, it goes like this. Go placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even the dull and ignorant, they too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons, they are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter, for always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievement as well as your plans. Keep interested in your career, however humble. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself, especially do not feign affection. Neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all aridity and disenchantments, it is as perennial as the grass. Take kindly to the counsel of years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune, but do not stress yourself with dark imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive Him to be. And whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace with your soul. With all this, with all its sham, drudgery and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful, strive to be happy. Thank you. That's all I got to say. I hope you all heard me
Yes, we
well.
heard you very clearly, Patricia.
Thank you.
Very well.
I really was so stressed out because of the mic.
Wow. When you came back refreshed, and I think all the way we heard you very clearly. What a blessing. And oh my goodness. Patricia gave us more than a dozen of gems, to appreciate life, how to journey in life. Wow, another great night of enlightenment, empowerment. Thank you, Patricia. Well, I continue to gather thoughts. I think you have touched our hearts for sure, 100%, in more than one points to help us move forward positively in life. Let me open up for anyone who can share. John, please go ahead if you can hear me. Unmute, please.
Yes. Thank you very much, Mabel. Patricia, that was a wonderful presentation. You know, uh, none of the technical hubbub and, bells and whistles of what on passive is or what it's going to have or what. It was so nice to have someone give us a presentation helping us to relax and learn to enjoy our journey with on passive. And that's essentially every point that you made was to help us to just enjoy what we are experiencing while we are on this journey, which is just begun, really. And we know where we're going. And with listening to your words today, I mean, you covered every point of
Yes.
how to, like I said, I don't know what to say exactly because how to relax and enjoy and be positive and do the things in our lives for ourselves to make us understand and be happy and just enjoy what we have before us. So I just wanted to make that point because really, I really just was very happy to hear someone just come on here and speak to us and not talk about, like I said, a lot of technical things that what on path is all about and what it's going to get us. And this was wonderful. Thank you very much for
Wow.
the presentation. And your demeanor was so friendly and positive in your talk today. I just really enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Yes, yes. So relaxing, exactly. You know, so relaxing and enlightening.
Thank you.
And every word that you share, we just agree, agree,
Thank you.
agree, and agree. And that's how, it becomes so motivating in a way. Can anybody else would like to come and encourage us and lift up the message, how it is touching us? Can I call Victor? Victor, you're full of life's experience too. Maybe you can say something over what you have heard and the rest. Let me see how many of us tonight here. Well, what a gem. But anyway, Patricia, we are, I know where to find our recording now, and we will share this message for sure, because it's full of gem. And as what John says, it's so appropriate and relaxing, and putting us into perspective while waiting for the big outcome that Mr. Ashmufara has for us. We have 21 people. Not bad, not bad. But more will hear of this message because it's so enlightening.
As what you said, Mabel is from the heart.
Yeah. Yes, we'll just say share your heart with all the waiting, what crosses your mind. And I really love the way you describe Mr. Ash Mufarad almost to the full, in every aspect. Love the way you describe him, ending it off with "do it or die," because truly no one would say this. He owes us nothing to say "do it or die," and I would prefer, even if nothing happens, that he will live a long good life, because everything is in the hands of God. So really, the platform is now open for people to add to what Pat has shared, and to share their feelings of what they have heard. But really, I know you touch on many, many points, and I try to catch them. I have at least caught 18 points. So, wow, how it's going to help us move forward in life, you know, self acceptance, gratefulness. Being grateful is really very important. With gratefulness goes away many complaint and grievances. Wonderful. Anyone wants to share? If not, we can get our host team, as John is part of the host team, in case people need to know, and he always loved to be the first one to share. And today, of course, he has to share first because he got to go early. Yeah. So what about
I see
I
Victor has
think
his hand up.
if Victor's hand is up, please, Victor, unmute. If you can't unmute, I will make you co-host. If you can't unmute, I will make you co-host. Then maybe you can unmute, I think.
Yes. Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, good everything to everyone here today. Can you
Pat is
hear
so
me?
good, isn't it, Victor? Wow.
Yes. Life is good. And Patricia, you have shown us how good life can be. You've taken us through a journey of OPassion. You've given us the beautiful gems that can be found in OPassion and only costing $143. Who does that? Ashma Farah. On top of that, you then told us your own principles, the principles that have led you to where you are today. And all of those principles are, Mabel says she got 18 down. I just said, well, I'm just going to listen to the recording because there's just too many. Hello. But each and every one of them touched a part of us.
Yes.
And each and every one of them was something that we could relate to. Oh, yes, I have a similar philosophy or not. We had something there that we could take and call our own and rearrange it and present it to someone as our own story based on the fundamentals that you have laid down. So I thank you for that, Patricia. I say to each and every one who's here today, we are in it to win it. It doesn't
Yes.
matter when, it doesn't matter how, it matters that it happens, and it will happen. So I want to thank you again, Patricia. Thank you again, all you wonderful people who have put this platform together. And I'm looking forward to another day of sharing from the heart next week.
Yes.
God
Wow.
bless you, one and
That's it.
all.
Sharing from the heart. Exactly. Sharing from the heart. Wow. Lovely. Those some there are many platforms who talk, as John says, talk about the technicalities, about the updates, many platforms, everyone talk about that. So we thought on passive or passion is about nurturing the mindset. And I think how appropriate it is tonight, for Pat to share, as what Victor says, her life's principle and fundamentals. Wow, if everybody would share a little bit, I think we would really have our mind transformed, you know. So can we have a couple more uh, uh, to touch? If not, I really would like our own host team to share a little bit before we close. And actually, I like our webinar to be short and sharp because I think you and I are the same. If we click onto a video, tell me I'm wrong. Even, John, tell me I'm wrong. Victor, tell me if I'm wrong. If I click onto a YouTube or a video and it tells me 2 hours and it tells me 3 hours, there is a very high chance that I may not play it because it takes too long. But if it is 45 minutes to an hour or 1.5 hour, 1 hour, 10 minutes, there's a very good chance we will click and listen through. This is really how I feel sometimes. Tell me I'm wrong, John, Victor. What do you think?
Well, I'll say it first. You are definitely 100 and X% right. Because there's no definition beyond X. Really, because our attention span is something that we fight with all the time, naturally. So when you have a webinar that's taking 2 to 3 hours, You cannot pay attention for that length of time. You cannot. You will use your way halfway along, and then you all of a sudden you wake up, you realize that you've lost your way, and you come back again. So
Yeah.
it's not it's bite sizes. Give people bite sizes, and I
Yeah.
personally, I don't think any webinar should take more than 30 minutes. 30 minutes, you can get the whole world watching and listening.
Yes.
Beyond 30 minutes, it's touch and go. But thank you for Mabel. You're 100%, 100 and X% right.
Yeah. And actually, sharing is good how we share what we have heard, but the main speaker who have spoken is what we want others to hear, is what we want broadcast, and she did in a well good under, I think, just about 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I think that's really good. And I want to keep it short, sharp, and broadcast this because they are really gems for everyone to listen. As what John says, listen, relax, and enjoy life, enjoy the journey. So let's, yeah. Um, Before I ask, Patricia, we always get the speaker to summarize the night, huh? But not yet, not yet. We're not asking you to do that. I am looking at Jeannie. I want Jeannie to share before the night is over. And who else? Jeannie, who else should we ask to just touch on this precious topic? Embrace embrace happiness, the road to contentment. Who else do you think other than where is Kumaran? How come I don't see him?
I think he dropped off.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah. So
Maybe we can have Sister Faith. She has not spoken for a long time. We can have a short session, Sister.
Thava. Yes,
Ah,
Patricia,
yeah.
definitely. Yours is one that I will want to pounce on when Mabel gets the recording. It's really like John and everybody said, so refreshing. No technicality, all about life. And it just adds on and adds on and adds on to what we are doing right now. And at least we see really the light at the end, and it's not a train coming, it's something better than that. Thank you for a wonderful night. Thank you for all the gems that you've given to us. We will treasure tonight. And like Mabel said, we will always keep it short and sassy so that more people will come and join us. Just like John, now he can rush off to go to where he needs to go. Praise God. Thank you again, Patricia. We hope you will
Thank
come
you.
back and give us more gems. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Oh,
you, Sister
over to
Faith.
you now. Your turn, Jeannie.
Thank you. Yeah. All right, Sister Patricia. Wow, wow, wow. Really, you really give us all the golden nuggets that we needed. And I think you really shared from
I
your heart, and I really appreciate all your sharing. I I
Yeah.
took down all the points that you
My
mentioned and
mic is
touched on.
on. Okay.
Yeah. So, Patricia, I would like to say thank you to you, and I won't prolong this. So maybe I pass it back to Mabel, and Mabel want to get sister to give us a short closing. Mabel, can you hear me? Mabel, you're muted. You are muted.
Okay, I'm back. And
Okay.
is Patricia back on?
She's
Yeah.
back, but she's
She's back.
muted.
She's back. Okay. And we wait for her to come to summarize the evening, her precious last word for what she has shared. And indeed, yes, she could have touched on more points, but 18 points plus a description of what on passive is to her and Mr. Ashmul Farah, and how right she says, on passive is actually Mr. Ashmul Farah,
Yep.
and his mission is to lift up humanity. And what a privilege for us to join Mr. Ashmul Farah in this. And while we come together the last 2-3 years, we have got a on passive global family. While we are waiting for her to come back, Patricia, if you can hear me, send someone text her to say we are
Yeah, I
waiting
think
for.
she's back.
Let- Huh?
I
She's
think her
back.
mic is on. Yes, sister?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can you hear me now?
Yes.
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 Yeah, okay.
Patricia, can
I
you
don't know why my
summarize
mic
for
keeps
us the night?
tripping. Okay, what I would like to say is that on this journey, definitely we're going to arrive. But actually, we arrive when we are good and ready. But actually, if you arrive too fast, as what I said, the storm will come and the tree will fall. So we need for the wait for the roots to really take down, deep down. Then we can last for longer years. Okay. And the other thing is also instant gratification doesn't last. Actually, we need to actually work for it, work towards it, and then we can enjoy the benefits from whatever we have done. But in this case, what have we done? We have done nothing. We really literally have done nothing. So everything is done for us, and everything is like taken care for you. So what more can you ask? There's nothing more to ask actually. So I feel that way myself, because I just carry on with my life as it is, whatever I'm doing, and wait for it to happen. And of course, every day I have my dreams. Every day I dream bigger, as what Ash says. So, and I know I will get there one of these days soon. And as far as personal things are concerned, I live every day for every day. That not necessary for like whatever happens tomorrow doesn't matter. You just live for today and be happy for today. Do what you can for today and have a good this thing for tomorrow. And every night, like when we go to bed, we say thank God for whatever we have given. And in fact, the whole day, just be have an attitude of gratitude. So I feel for me, if I have an attitude of gratitude all the time, I never have any lack in my life. I'm not exactly rich, I'm not exactly poor, but I don't have lack in my life because I'm always grateful for what I have. Even when I have a hot shower, I say thank God that I got a hot shower. A lot of people don't have. So it's basically the attitude of gratitude that's made me like so happy for what I have actually. As what I say, I'm not looking for the goat number three. I'm not looking for something that I don't have. That's all I have to
Okay.
say. Thank you.
Wow, what a summary again. Okay, wow. Not looking for goat number 3. Oh my goodness. Her summary can allow us to think, to reply again, but we will not, because we really want the whole world to listen to this message. I think when I broadcast this, let's everyone here just share it, because it's going to be just an hour, 60 minutes, and it's short and sharp and full of gems at every minute. So, Patricia, I won't add to it, because your summary is so deep and profound, making us think again. Thank you very much, Patricia. Keep dreaming. I even love the way she says every day she's going to dream and dream bigger, and just live for the day. Patricia, I hope you will come back